In our last two examples, we're asked to use our graphing calculator to graph the given functions, find the value of the function when x is 2, and find the domain and range. So go into your graphing calculator, you can tap on the y equals to enter in your functions. Enter in function from number 5. Once your function is entered, you can see the graph of it by tapping the graph button. This will graph your function in the normal viewing window. Let's start off by finding or estimating the value of the function when x is 2. If I look on my x-axis where x is 2 and I go up to where that function exists, it looks like it's somewhere between 4 and 5. So I'll estimate that x, when x is 2, f of x is equal to approximately 4.5. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to turn my pen on and I'll say when x is equal to 2, f of 2 is approximately 4.5. Now we can find that exact value. That exact value can be found by using our calculating function on our calculator. Press second function, trace, second function, and then trace, and now we can calculate the value of when x is equal to 2. So press enter, and enter in the value of x that you want to calculate the function's value for, and you'll see that f of x, or y, is equal to 5. So we were pretty close. Now let's talk about the domain and the range of this function. So the domain and the range of this function, it's a parabola that opens up and continues off in both directions. So as it continues off in both directions, we'll know that the domain, therefore, is a set of all real numbers. So we'll just list that using our notation or our symbol for real numbers. Now let's talk about our range. Our range are the set of y values. So again, if we cast a shadow on the y-axis, it looks like it starts somewhere down here and continues on to infinity. So we'll use set builder notation. We'll say the range is a set of all y values such that y is greater than or equal to -3. All right. Let's take a look at example B. In example B, we need to now enter in a new function, so we'll clear this one out, and we'll enter in 3. Once you have your function entered, you can now select graph, and you'll see the graph of that function. And again, we're asked to estimate the value of when the function as x is equal to 2. If I go over here and look where x is 2, it looks like my value is somewhere right around 1. So I'll say f of 2 is equal to approximately 1. And let's go ahead and calculate that value just to see what it actually is. So if I hit second function, calc, and I place my value of x equals 2 in there, I can see that it's about 0.55. So that's pretty close. All right, now let's talk about the domain and the range. The domain, remember, are your set of all x values. So if I cast a shadow down here on the x-axis, it looks like that's going to start here about -4 and continue off into infinity. So I'll say my domain down here for this function is a set of all x values such that x is greater than or equal to -4. And as far as my range goes, again, if I cast a shadow on my y-axis, it looks like it starts up here at about 3 and continues down, and it will probably keep going off into infinity. So I'll say it's the set of all y values such that y is less than less than or equal to +3.